by Miss C. Easier to pronounce, but it's nice to be here with you, and I appreciate your time for coming early today. So today my lesson is going to be a 20-minute lesson on how to solve at the end of the lesson direct variation problems. So that's my purpose for today. Okay.
You guys who just came in, tell me your names. Oh, hey, Trey. Right. Okay, thanks.
All right. And just to give you an example, because sometimes the word direct variation sounds a little fancy. Well, the purpose of this is that you'll be able to solve problems in your everyday life, such as how juice is going to be your paycheck for next week, for example. Let's say you get paid $10, $12 an hour, and it will depend your paycheck, the total that you're going to earn on how many hours you work.
How many hours? I was about to say, how many hours will you work?
Just if we say you work 5 hours in a week, only 5 hours because you're a student, and you have to do homework, and you can be that late coming back home. So this is the equation, and this is the form of the equation for direct variation. It's very simple, and it's very similar to something that I really like, another equation about how we draw lines, straight lines. So the direct variation equation is y equals kx. And you might be wondering, what's k? What does the k stand for? Remember, we use variables that will represent numbers. So coming back to your question, let's say that you get paid $12 per hour, okay? So this is going to be, we get paid, so how many hours you're working will depend. If you work 5, you're going to time 5 times 12, that'll be 60. So it increases. The more hours, the more pay, okay? And if we look at this, just coming back to the equation of a line, we have something similar to what is called y equals mx plus b. The difference is, in this equation, we're not adding b, or we're not subtracting b. It's only saying by the k is like the way it's increasing or the way it's decreasing. Okay? So, in this equation, do you remember what the m stands for? M? What is m? Slow. Yes. Rate of change, how things are changing. Very good. So, it's very simple. We're going to stay with this one. You may want to write it down, and we're going to use this equation to solve problems related to this. Okay. So all the time, this is a very special relationship that represents a function. So as I said, y varies directly to x. Okay? I'm going to use this as to show you what the graph of a direct variation equation looks like. And the difference between the equation of straight lines is that all of the equations for direct variation are going to go through the origin. Do you remember what's the origin? The middle? Yes. This is the origin, and the pair is given by x value is 0 and y value is 0. So, a direct variation equation will always pass to the origin. Let's say the black line is an example of direct variation equation. And in this case, it's increasing. So as much as the y value increases, the y value also will be increasing. Okay? But also, it might decrease because it varies directly. And this is the case, and k will never be equal to 0. Okay? So, are you ready for an example? Do we do this? Yes?
Yes.
Yes? All right. Let's see. So we said that the graph always are going to be passing through the origin, and we're not going to be graphing. We're going to be solving problems, and let's do problem number 1. You may want to copy this. Okay. That the equation represents this direct variation. If we would have to do a little bit of algebra, I have 2 equations. One of the equations is y equals 2x. Let's keep this in mind. Another way that I could describe k, which is the constant of variation, how it is, k is the number that goes in front of the x, k is the coefficient. Coefficient is just the numerical way. So, an equation like this will look such like 2y equals to x. So in this case, this is my constant of variation. Is that understandable? Another example. Y equals negative 4x. What's my constant of variation? Negative 4. Perfect. Very important. What you just said, negative 4. Because this will be my constant of variation. My constant of variation is positive 2. What about one more? Y equals 2/3 of x. Alicia, may I speak Spanish? ¿Cuál es la constante? La K. What is the constant of this one? 2/3, 2/3. See? So, we understand that the number that goes in front of the x, or the coefficient, is our constant of variation. Okay, so I have 2 problems. One is, you're going to figure out if this equation represents direct variation. And I have another one here. Let's copy that one. And have 3y plus 4x equals 8. This is a little bit more complex. We're going to be solving. So, anyone, what do we need to compare this equation to this one? Any ideas? Pardon? Like terms. Just make sure that this equation has to look like that. So it has to look like so which number do I need to get rid of or move around?
2x.
2x. I have my x in place, I have my k.
So that would be y equals 3x.
Yes, but what's going on with the y? It has a coefficient, a 7. We need to move that around. I always call when I'm leaving the solving equations, I call this guy the stinky one. I want to leave it alone. So let's get rid of that 7. So I also don't compare skills. You like to do the opposite. We always tend to do that. Okay, don't do that, you do it. So this is multiplying. What's the opposite of multiplying? Huh? Division. That means the only way I can get rid of that 7 is to divide by 7 and divide by 7. Wow. 2. Look. 7 divided by 7 is 1. So I have my stinky y alone. I can use decimals, or I can just leave it as a fraction. See? I gave you an example with a fraction. So I can leave it as 2 over 7, and I bring my variable x. Boom. We're done. See? Questions? Pregunta, Lisa? No? Do this equation look like direct variation? Does it look like? Yes or no? Yes. So we solved it. And now we're going to do this one. First, you can be quick. And 3y plus 4x equals 8. Again, I want to leave it like y equals kx. Okay, so I want to leave this 3y. I'm going to go and do the opposite. So I want to move this one to the other side. What's the opposite of adding? Subtracting. So I can do 4x and take away 4x. Okay? I bring this back down. And I have to do it this way, but I can. Perfect. So I can bring this down, and that's 3y equals. Somebody said something about like terms. Are these two guys like terms? No. So I just can bring them down, and for my convenience, I'm going to arrange them because I want to look. My equation look like this: negative 4x plus 8. Am I finished? No. Stinky y has a coefficient of 3. What do I need to do? By what?
3.
Two alternates. So I'm going to divide each term by 3. Each term by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. I can give it as a fraction? Yes. Okay. So negative 4 over 3 of x plus 8 over 3. Question. $50 question. No. So this equation look like that? So this equation look like that? Like the direct variation?
Yeah.
No.
Tell me why not. Just tell me. See? I have the y plus what? Just say it. Exactly. We have this guy over here. The b. Because in the slope intercept form we have the b. And I said it before. We're not going to have the b. So this one cannot be written as direct variation equation. Okay? How are we going to do that?
That's fine. You can stop a little early if you want, but you have 5 minutes if you want to do more.
Okay. Yes. All right. So let's do one more. So
Exit ticket.
yes. This is
Can't go to first period unless they get this one.
All right, I won't get it right there.
Wait a minute. Let's do it the other way.
I just stay asleep. I just stay asleep.
Okay.
See where it goes. Oh, back.
That's it. You know, I usually start with like a warm-up to review some of the how solving equation or something unrelated. But I was explaining to you before, how do we use? Why do we use this? Like, if I want to find out how fast my car can go, your car can go driving on, to a place and you go like 40 miles, how fast time and speed can relate to this problem. So, write the equation, same kind of directions. Alrighty, and I have this one. And if somebody wants like to do it, take it. Yeah? Anyone? Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's like sometimes the communication. He said, oh, solve it, which means leave the stinky alone, the boy alone. So you want to solve it in a way that looks like the Slovenia form. Solve it. Good. Nice. Don't forget the 10. You also have to divide each.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love the way you do numbers. Cool. So, but my question, just one more step. Beautiful. This is awesome. See? You divide every single term by 2. Is this equation representing a direct variation equation? No. Okay. Boom. Nine. Done. Okay? And I appreciate your help and your attention this morning. So it's been nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.